From the moment I sit down to speak to you today, I feel something gentle and warm rise in my chest, something that reminds me why I chose to share my life with you, not just through videos, but through moments like this one. I know that addressing you through a screen might seem unusual for what I am about to say, yet it feels strangely perfect. Our connection began here, in this space where words, glances, and small gestures travel across distances and become something meaningful. Because this is where our story started, it feels right that a new chapter should begin here too. When we first connected, I didn't imagine how deeply your presence would settle into my life. You were never just another person behind a username or a profile photo. There was something different in the way you listened, truly listened. Even when I wasn't speaking perfectly or confidently, you heard the silences between my words. You sensed my fear when I tried to hide it. You recognized the dreams I was almost too shy to say out loud. And somehow, without trying to impress or overwhelm, you made me feel seen in a way that is rare in a world full of noise. I remember how easily you made me laugh, especially on days when everything felt heavy. You celebrated even the smallest victories with me, as if they were your own, offering encouragement that felt sincere and free of expectation. There were moments when doubt crept in quietly, as it does for all of us, yet you had a way of reminding me of my strength without insisting on it. Your support never pushed, it guided, gently and steadily, like a hand at my back reminding me to breathe and move forward. Today, I bring something to you that has lived in my heart for longer than you might imagine. It is a question that many people reach at some point in their lives, a question filled with meaning, vulnerability, hope, and a desire for something lasting. And although this question may be familiar, it feels different for me, because it is meant for you. I want to speak about the idea of marriage, not in the traditional, distant, ceremonial sense alone, but as something deeper, something that touches every part of who we are and who we hope to become. Marriage is often spoken of as an event, but for me, it is more of a journey, not just the beautiful days, but the complicated ones as well. It is about choosing someone over and over again, not because it is easy, but because it is meaningful. And so, with my heart rising like it always does when I am honest with myself, and with my hands trembling just a little, I want to ask you something I have carried quietly for a long time. Will you marry me? Will you be the person I walk beside in all the years to come, through laughter, through frustration, through joy, and through the quiet rhythms of ordinary days? Will you be the person I wake up next to, the person I cook breakfast with, the person whose presence fills the spaces of my life with comfort, warmth, and shared purpose? I don't need your answer immediately. Take all the time your heart needs, but I want you to know that I am certain of what I feel. I am certain of you. I am certain that what we share is not something temporary or passing. You are the person I want to build my tomorrows with, the person whose name feels soft and familiar the moment it reaches my thoughts. To anyone watching this, thank you for being part of our journey. Your kindness, your comments, your encouragement. These have shaped more moments than you realize. They have lifted us up on days when doubts whispered too loudly, and they have made us smile in ways that remind us why connection matters. But to you, my love, watching this now, I want to say something simple and true. I love you. You have transformed my life in ways that are quiet, but profound, and you have done it simply by being who you are. You have given me reasons to grow, reasons to hope, reasons to believe that vulnerability is not weakness but strength. And I am here, waiting for your answer, hoping for a yes, because I cannot imagine the next chapter of my life being written with anyone but you beside me. Marriage is a commitment that carries a weight unlike anything else. It is a promise to stand together not only when life is gentle and generous, but also when it challenges us. It means offering support in moments when the world feels uncertain, and celebrating the victories, big or small, that shape the story we build together. When two people choose marriage, they are choosing to grow with one another, not in perfect harmony, but in honest partnership. So when I ask, will you marry me? I am asking more than a question. I am asking whether you feel the same potential for something lasting, something that moves at the pace of understanding rather than perfection. This question is an invitation to imagine what our life could look like when our paths are not only crossing, but joined. To everyone here who has shared in my journey, who has watched my growth and offered encouragement, I am grateful for your presence. You have given me confidence in ways that ripple through my life beyond the screen. And in asking you this question, I am also acknowledging the bond we share. Our connection is not one of mere numbers or views. It is shaped by sincerity, by empathy, by moments of human closeness in a digital space. For me, asking you to marry me is a way of celebrating the unity we have created together. It is my way of saying that the time we have spent together truly matters. We have built a relationship, a community, a space of warmth and encouragement, and I want to honor that by inviting you into this next step, this deeper level of connection. Imagine, for a moment, the journey we could share. Imagine the memories we could create, the dreams we could support, the quiet evenings and the unexpected adventures. Marriage, in its essence, is not just about walking a path together, but about choosing to face the world side by side. And I believe we can do that with strength, with tenderness, and with joy. Life will inevitably bring challenges, but challenges do not frighten me when I imagine facing them with you. When I picture the future, it is not a flawless one, but a hopeful one, a future in which we grow, learn, and support one another with honesty and compassion. That is the kind of life I want. That is the kind of life I believe we could build. When I think about everything that has led us to this moment, I realize how much our connection has grown. Not through grand gestures alone, but through the simplest exchanges, the everyday conversations, the quiet presence we offer each other without even realizing its importance. You have been there in ways that felt natural, never forced, and that is what makes this bond so special to me. It isn't based on expectations or pressure. It is built on small truths, gentle moments, and the trust that comes from knowing someone genuinely cares. This question I ask you is not something that appeared suddenly. It grew slowly inside me, with every laugh we shared, every moment you lifted my spirits, every time you reached out just to make sure I was all right. It grew as I saw how patient you were with me, how you never tried to change who I am, but instead encouraged me to understand myself better. Those little moments have stayed with me. They have shaped the way I see you and the way I see our future. I want you to understand that when I speak of marriage, I am not reaching for some distant fantasy. I am speaking from the place within me that recognizes what is real. Real love is not made of perfection. It is formed from honesty, patience, curiosity, and the courage to be vulnerable. It is built on the willingness to show your true self, even when your voice trembles or your heart feels uncertain. You have shown me that kind of courage. You have given me space to be myself, even when I struggled to do so. Our connection is something I deeply value because it grew not from expectations, but from authenticity. When I picture a life with you, I don't imagine flawless days or endless excitement. I imagine companionship, a partnership where two people choose each other even when the world feels confusing. I imagine waking up and knowing that whatever challenges come, we will face them together. That is why this question matters so much to me. To everyone watching this, thank you for being witnesses to a moment that carries so much emotion. You have offered support in ways that have made this journey brighter. You have shared laughter, encouragement, and kindness. And though this moment is deeply personal, I want to honor your presence as well, because you have shaped parts of my life in meaningful ways. But to you, the one I am truly speaking to now, I hope you can feel the sincerity behind my words. You have changed me in gentle ways. You have helped me grow without ever demanding that I do so. You have inspired me to dream more bravely, to speak more openly, and to believe that love can be both powerful and peaceful at the same time. There is something beautiful about the way you understand me. Not perfectly, because no one can do that, but truthfully, because you listen with intention. You don't just hear the words, you hear the emotions beneath them. And that is something rare. That is something worth choosing, worth nurturing, worth building a life around. When I ask you to marry me, I am not offering a promise of perfection. I am offering a life filled with meaning, with shared joys and shared responsibilities, with laughter that echoes through ordinary days, and with support that stays steady even when challenges arise. Marriage is a commitment built on the decision to grow together, to respect each other, and to stay connected even when life tests us. I want us to explore the world together, not only the beautiful places but the corners of our own hearts, the dreams we have not spoken yet, the stories we still hope to write. I want to hear your hopes, your fears, your quiet wishes. I want to build a future in which we learn from one another and lift each other up when the weight of life feels heavy. Imagine the conversations we will have years from now. Conversations filled with memories we have created together. Imagine the comfort of knowing that the person beside you is not just a companion, but a partner in the truest sense. I imagine moments of peace, moments of excitement, moments of discovery. These are the kinds of moments I want to share with you, not just for a season but for a lifetime. This is why my question carries so much weight. It is not simply a romantic gesture, it is an expression of my desire to build a future with you. It is my way of saying that I choose you not only today, but for all the days that follow. I want to walk into the future hand in hand, knowing that whatever comes, we will face it together. When I think about our community, the wonderful people who join us in this space, I feel grateful. Their presence has shaped our story in its own special way. They have given us reasons to smile, reasons to keep creating, reasons to stay connected. But this moment, this question, belongs to you and me. It is a moment that reflects everything we have shared and everything we hope to share. Your support has carried me through challenges I once thought I had to face alone. Your kindness has taught me what it means to love without fear, and your presence has shown me the power of connection. How it can transform even the simplest days into something extraordinary. I want to honor that by inviting you into something deeper, something lasting, something meaningful. Marriage is not just a bond, it is a journey. It is the decision to build a life together, piece by piece, day by day, with intention and with gentleness. It is the courage to remain beside each other even when life is uncertain. It is choosing love not as a fleeting emotion but as a steady commitment. And I believe we can build that. I believe in what we have. So I ask again, with sincerity and hope, will you marry me? Will you let me share all the seasons of life with you? The bright ones, the quiet ones, the unpredictable ones. Will you let me stand at your side not only when life brings celebrations but also when you need comfort or strength? Will you trust that my love is something steady, something honest, something ready to grow with you? When I look ahead, I see not only the challenges we might face but also the beauty we can create. A life built with love is not perfect, but it is meaningful. It is shaped by effort, by patience, and by the simple decision to choose each other again and again. That is the kind of life I want with you. A life that grows deeper with time, a life filled with moments we will hold close forever. You have given me reasons to hope. You have shown me that love can be gentle. And now I want to offer you something equally meaningful, a future we can build together, filled with shared dreams and shared purpose. You are the person I want to walk beside as we write the next chapters of our lives. When I imagine the life that could unfold from this moment, I picture something built not on grand promises, but on the steady rhythm of trust, patience, and the kind of affection that grows stronger with time. I picture mornings that begin with soft light and quiet conversations, afternoons spent chasing dreams we once hesitated to admit out loud, and evenings where we find comfort simply by knowing the other is near. I imagine a home shaped not by perfection, but by warmth and the intention to make each other feel safe and understood. These are the moments that fill my thoughts when I speak this question to you. There is something deeply meaningful about choosing someone to share your life with, not because they complete you, but because they inspire you to keep becoming who you want to be. You have done that for me. Every time you listened without judgment, every time you celebrated even the smallest victories, every time you showed me a kindness I didn't expect, you helped me grow into a version of myself that feels braver, clearer, more hopeful. Those are the kinds of gestures that linger in the heart, long after the moment passes. Those are the gestures that inspire a commitment like the one I am inviting you into. I know that marriage is not simply a romantic notion. It is a decision that touches every part of life. It is a promise to be present in moments of joy as well as moments of difficulty. It is the willingness to learn from each other, to forgive when mistakes are made, and to keep choosing one another even when the world feels uncertain. That is not a small promise. But it is one I am ready to make, because I know who I am choosing. I am choosing someone whose heart has shown me what loyalty feels like, what genuine affection can become, and what it means to be truly supported. There will be days in the future when things feel challenging, when misunderstandings arise or life becomes overwhelming. But challenges do not frighten me when I know that you are beside me. When I think of us facing the world together, I feel a sense of calm, a belief that we can weather whatever storms come our way, not because we are perfect, but because we are willing to work together, to communicate, and to hold on to each other with compassion rather than fear. That is what makes a partnership strong. That is what transforms a commitment into something lasting. Our community, the people who share this space with us, have seen our journey unfold in a way that is both public and deeply personal. They have offered their encouragement, their joy, their good wishes, and their kindness. And while this moment is something intimate between us, I want to acknowledge how meaningful their presence has been. Their support has shaped our story, lifted our spirits, and reminded us that connection can form even through screens, carried by sincerity and openness. To everyone watching, I want to offer my gratitude, because you have helped create the environment in which this moment could exist. But now, I want to return to you, to the person whose presence has changed my life in ways that still surprise me. I hope you understand the depth of what I feel when I ask you to marry me. This question is not rushed. It is not spoken lightly. It carries with it every quiet moment we've shared, every laugh that made the day a little easier, every message that came exactly when I needed it, every moment of understanding that reminded me how rare true connection can be. It carries the weight of sincerity and the gentleness of hope. I want to build a life where you feel valued every day, not only in beautiful moments, but in ordinary ones too. I want to stand by you not just when you are strong, but also when you feel uncertain. I want to lift you when you are struggling, and celebrate you when you succeed. I want us to grow together, to dream together, and to create a life that reflects not perfection, but commitment, curiosity, and love. That is the life I want with you. One filled with meaning, with laughter, with resilience, and with a bond that continues to deepen with each passing day. Imagine the years to come. Imagine looking back with me at this moment, smiling because we know that this was where everything began to shift. Imagine the memories we will hold, close trips taken on a whim, quiet nights at home, long conversations that stretch late into the night, shared goals that once felt distant but became real because we pursued them side by side. Imagine the comfort of knowing that through all of life's changes, you have a constant, a companion who chooses you not only because of who you are today, but because of who you will become, and who you have always been. I think about the life I hope we can build, and I feel something strong and certain. I feel that we are capable of creating something beautiful. Not because our path will be flawless, but because we will face it together. You have shown me what it means to be patient, compassionate, and hopeful, and now I want to offer you something equally meaningful: my trust, my devotion, my partnership, and my willingness to walk with you wherever the future leads. I want you to know that this proposal is not just a question, it is a promise. A promise to be honest, to be kind, to listen, to communicate, to support you in your dreams, and to remain beside you through everything that life brings. It is a promise to choose you again and again, without hesitation. It is a promise to build a life that feels like home to us both. To everyone watching this moment unfold, thank you for being part of this chapter. Your presence has brought joy, energy, and connection to our journey, and I hope you will remain with us as we move forward into whatever comes next. Your words, your support, your kindness, they have shaped this story in ways that we will always remember. And I hope that witnessing this proposal brings you not only joy, but also a reminder of the beauty that connection can create. And now, to you, the one who has inspired this entire moment, I want to speak plainly and with all the sincerity in my heart. I love you. I love who you are, who you strive to be, and the way you move through the world with a combination of strength and gentleness. I love the way you make me laugh, the way you understand me even when my thoughts feel tangled, and the way you bring light into my life without even trying. I love the simple truth of how you make me feel peaceful, supported, appreciated, and understood. So one final time I ask you the question that has lived quietly in my heart and now finally finds its voice. Will you marry me? Will you choose a life with me, not just in celebration, but in all the quiet days and unexpected moments that come between? Will you take this step with me, so that together we can create a future filled with love, with courage, and with endless possibility? Your answer means more to me than words can express, but I want you to take your time. I want your response to come from the same place of honesty and clarity that brought us to this moment. Whatever you decide, you have already changed my life in the most beautiful ways. You have shown me love that is gentle, hope that is steady, and connection that feels genuine and rare. And for that, I will always be grateful. To everyone else watching, thank you for being witnesses to this moment. Thank you for supporting us, for cheering for us, and for believing in the journey we share. If you want to follow what happens next, feel free to stay with us, to comment your well wishes, and to continue being part of this space we've built together. And to you, my love, wherever you are as you watch this, just know this truth: my heart is with you, waiting for your answer, and hoping that the future we imagine becomes the future we create together.